Hey guys, welcome back to another DeltaMath tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at basic exponent rules, specifically multiplication problems. There is a separate video for exponent rules as it relates to division and to powers problems, or exponents, as I like to call it. So be sure to check those out if there's one of those questions that you're having trouble with. Let's look at the one here though. It says simplify to a single power of 5. And it gives us the expression 5 to the 5th times 5 squared. So that would make 5 to the what power, ultimately? Well, usually I have students that say one of two things on this question. They either want to say 5 to the 7th or 5 to the 10th. And I bet you can figure out how exactly they came up to each conclusion. They might say the 7th if they add the exponent of 5 and the exponent of 2 that we see here. Okay, so there's 7. Now how could they have came up with 10? Well, they multiplied those exponents, right? 5 times 2 makes 10. But which one is correct? Well, when we are multiplying numbers with exponents, what we actually do is add the exponents. So the 7 is actually the correct answer here. Let's really kind of dive into why that's the correct answer though. So 5 to the 5th really just kind of means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, right? Whole lot of stuff there. And then we're in a multiplication problem, so I'm going to put another time sign there. I could use the dot like I have been, but I'm using the X for the multiplication to signify these are the two separate terms. And then we have 5 to the 2nd, and 5 to the 2nd kind of just means 5 times 5. Now, if we actually just look at this, how many things are multiplying here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5s. So it is just 5 to the 7th. Now, that's why it works this way. But let's talk about kind of a pattern or a shortcut that we can always use to make these problems a little bit simpler for us. What I like to think is that something like 5 to the 5th times 5 to the 2nd is actually just 5 to the 5 plus 2 power. I mentally make this look like what I've just written out, or I write it down on paper. I take each of those exponents, put a plus sign between them, and add them up. 5 plus 2 is 7, so that would be 5 to the 7th. Now, I know we usually end the video with checking our answer, but we're going to go ahead and just put it in here, see if it's right, and then try out one more of these. So let's type in 7 here, submit it, and hey, we got it right. And look at that, they even used the same kind of method as we did. That's cool, that's cool. Okay, now let's try a new problem. I may have to flip through a couple of these till we get to another multiplication. So while I'm flipping through them, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll prematurely say here, if you have any questions about what we've talked about today, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer those. I don't know how I've gone through this many questions and still not got to another multiplication one, but we're finally here. I swear there was like 30 questions we skipped through. But we have 6 to the 5th times 6 to the 6th. So as I was talking about before, what I really kind of like to do here is just say, well, I know it's going to be a 6 as my base number, or kind of the big number here, because that's what it is in both of the ones in the problem. And then I'm just going to take each exponent and put a little plus sign between them, because that's what we do when we're multiplying, is we add the exponents. It's a little weird to say when we multiply, we're adding, but that disconnect of it almost helps me remember it better, I think. So 6 plus 5 is going to be 11. So that means we actually have 6 to the 11th power. So let's go ahead and check that out. Make sure we got it right. Type in an 11 there, submit, and hey, we got that one too. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Do leave that comment down below if you have any questions about anything at all. And I'll see you guys in another DeltaMath tutorial.